And we are in
Cool.
IOTA.
Welcome to Crypto Community College. I'm William.
I'm Mark. Get ready for your mind to be blown on the effects and stimulations behind the one and only IOTA. So we're going to let Williams over here take over on explaining. What do you want to explain? What can we go over?
I don't know, I was distracted. I was seeping my tea.
Oh, shit.
I was seeping my green teas
All right.
over here.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. We're gonna go over a little bit of things on IOTA and how you can use their wallets to get you some, because you're gonna need to get some.
Yeah.
Like that has to happen. If you're gonna do some cryptocurrency, you're gonna need you some IOTA.
Yeah. We're all about the IOTA because it's crazy how, Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash has been all in the news with all of this drama and debates about block size changes and forks and fork this and fork that. Fork it. But fork Bitcoin. It's like IOTA has already surpassed all of these issues, and I said it before, and we're going to say it again, and we're going to keep saying it.
and basically, man, we're just like, you gotta look in the future with these coins, man. Like, if you're just fucking invested in some goddamn security for yourself, like, that's not helping nobody. Like, IOTA, man, is bigger picture, man. If you're just gonna sit here and just look at forks and all this other bullshit, man, you're not really looking in cryptocurrency, man. And I just feel that these motherfuckers are the future, and Bitcoin is the goddamn MySpace of the internet. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can see, even if Bitcoin started out with a vision of being a payment method, it's kind of already been demonstrated that it's not going to be able to be that. Even like if you're going to try to use Bitcoin as an everyday payment method, the way that we use credit cards, the Bitcoin network itself can't even do that. Even if you're going 2x, 8x, whatever, it still can't. Bitcoin's doing what? 3 transactions a second or a minute?
Yeah, which is weaker than most of the coins we have now.
Yeah, 3 transactions a second, and
that's not shit.
Yeah,
like
IOTA can do almost 1,000 or something.
It's not even countable at that point. At that point, there's no numbers.
Yeah, it's just beyond.
It's just beyond, and that's what we really need to dig into is the future. Because if you want to invest in Bitcoin, go ahead, but hey, that's now. And just looking at Bitcoin and how they're forking and all this other bullshit, like, they're not focused on the future. They're focused on what the problems they fix now. Like, IOTA, they're focused on the future and the problems they got now. Like, you want a company that just fucking focused on all their bullshit, on fixing their shit, their already faulty program, then, shit, go ahead. But if you want something that's fixing their shit out at the same time, looking into the future and fixing other shit, then IOTA's your guy, man. What do you think?
Like you're saying, there's all these coins that are just copies of each other.
Mm-hmm.
I am kind of a fan of PIVX because they're already on proof of stake. They're already on proof of stake, whereas Ethereum's still trying to get there. But still, it's like a fork of Dash, and it's not meant to do. So many coins aren't meant to do anything other than just
be privater.
Yeah, like maybe a little bit more privacy, but they're all just,
like, how much privacy do you fucking need? Like, goddamn.
They're all just plain ass cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Plain ass cryptocurrency.
Plain ass cryptocurrency. Plain ass team. Plain ass developers. Plain ass news. Like I think that's really gonna be the secret of cryptocurrency, man. It's finding coins that's not plain.
Yeah, that's why we're so into Ethereum and IOTA. Is because Ethereum actually is a network that enables all sorts of stuff to happen. So Ethereum is just this canvas that all kinds of crazy shit and autonomous programs and decentralized apps and even decentralized autonomous companies can happen on top of Ethereum. So Ethereum is just fucking full of wind, but it's still slow. Like when all these ICOs were happening and there was all this traffic on the Ethereum network, the network just comes to a halt because it can't handle all the volume. Whereas IOTA is infinitely scalable. So the more, it's so beautiful. Everybody has to watch this interview with this guy, David Senstebe, I think is the way that I think he's
a god.
Scandinavian or something. But he's I think he's the CEO or one of the major founders of IOTA. And he lays the shit out so beautifully to where they're talking about if people were trying to attack the IOTA network, it's actually impossible because when they connect to the network, they're actually making the network stronger. It's like the more people that use it, the stronger the network gets.
Yeah, and then that's what I really love about IOTA, man, is that right now, you know, this is the stage where it's gonna have its bugs and all the stuff that, you know, programs have. But for them to put out something that says that the more users, the less, or I guess the more private it is, like that should be even more, you know, juice to jump on. And
jump on that juice.
You gotta jump on the juice, man. You know, always get the juice. Because for me, man, like with these programs, man, you just gotta believe in the developers and the people. Like me and Williams were talking earlier about it. You know, you don't just invest in Bitcoin. You don't even know, half the motherfuckers investing in Bitcoin don't even know who the fuck runs that shit. Yeah. They just Bitcoin, and that's all you know. You know. So looking into like the motherfuckers that are actually doing this shit, like you got doctors on this motherfucker, man. You got fucking people from Forbes. You got all types of crazy motherfuckers that are doing shit to help the greater good. They're not just doing shit to make your life more private and shit. Like I was just hearing the lady talk the other day, and we're gonna go ahead and put that video in the description. And she was talking about how she's trying to get it to where everyone can use banks. Because that's something that's real slept on, man, is the fact that people aren't really using banks. Like, you got other countries that don't have fucking banks because they can't use it. They don't have the internet. They don't have the fucking, you know, the support. Some guys are illegal and can't use banks, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's not my problem, but at the same time, why not give them the freedom to, you know, transfer money just like everyone else?
Yeah. That's part of the revolution of cryptocurrency, you know, is that you don't have to have a bank account. You're your own bank.
Yeah, man. Fuck the system. We can all agree on that. Like.
And that's another reason why. Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of cryptocurrency is that you're your own bank. You control your own funds. You don't need permission from anybody. You know, ideally, it doesn't take very much time to enact transactions, but we've already discussed the problems with that. But still, it's and then it also has this element of unbanking the banks. You know, us spoiled ass people that grew up with banks, and then you look at the big financial crash of 2008, which is when Bitcoin came out. It's like that shit became so poisonous. And so I was telling you about this before we started, but yeah, I was watching the news last night, and it was just, since I've been into this cryptocurrency thing more and more, I watch the news and they're talking about all these fucking stocks and shit, and how GE, General Electric, they just announced that they were doing all these cuts of all sorts of shit, and their company's not doing well at all. And they're talking about, and I'm just looking at this old ass financial system, and I'm like, man, this shit is dying and it's fucking dead, and it's like, fuck all this. The future is here, and we are it.
Yeah, man.
You are it.
You're it.
We are
like,
it.
We're talking to you, future. Because I'll tell you that fucking right now, that I'm gonna even give my own little experience too. Because yesterday I was at an antique store, and I'm sitting here, and they had dollar bills and coins in like the bags worth like $30. You know, I guess they're old, right? And that just hit me. I'm like, this is about to be the old fucking currency.
Yeah.
Dollar bills and fucking, and it's already starting. You got credit cards, you got electronic, you know, cash, you got Square Cash, you got all these PayPal, all these different types. Like, I mean, to be oblivious to this would be, you know, stupid. Like, look at your back pocket. You probably got a credit card in there right now, no cash. You know, so we're just moving into it, man. And if you want to join in on that shit, man, hey,
we recommend it.
We recommend it.
But this is not official financial advice.
This
is our opinions.
This is not official financial advice.
We got to throw that in there.
Yeah, so you guys make your own decisions.
But yeah, it also reminds me of, you know, if you're getting into this cryptocurrency thing and you try to tell people about it, which we both experienced, and they're like, well, is it's just not backed by anything. Oh, I don't even know if I told you about this. I watched a video on YouTube about with the Wolf of Wall Street, the real Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, the actual guy, and he doesn't like cryptocurrency. He thinks it's bullshit. And one of people, he was saying one of his arguments was it's not backed by anything, is what he was saying. And when people say that, all you got to do is just point back to the U.S. dollar. I mean, fiat currency is not backed by anything.
Yeah. It's not.
In a way, cryptocurrency is backed by more than fiat currency. Like, fiat currency is backed by its history, basically. Like, all of these support systems, like the banks in around the world, and all of these old-ass, outdated institutions that are built around these fictitious fiat currencies.
I had to go look.
They only have value because people mentally ascribe value upon them. And with cryptocurrency, it actually is backed by the power of the network. I mean, in a way, it's sort of like fiat, where it's backed by people's belief in it, but it's also backed by the network. It's like Internet 3.0. So when you're talking about there's nothing behind it. Well, if you look at it like that, there's nothing behind the U.S. dollar or any of these fiat currencies.
There really is no argument.
It's not linked to gold anymore, so
what is it linked to?
Behind it?
It's fucking paper. And by looking at other countries and their hyperinflation, that's prime reason why you should invest in crypto. You got countries that just accidentally spending all this money. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not going to use this frame accidentally, but countries do make mistakes, and for a whole country to make a mistake using some bullshit currency, and they can't go back, and now a bunch of people are getting effed over, that should be a large enough scale for you to say, damn, maybe it's not my country, but fuck, another country is getting hit by this dollar that we all chase for at the end of the day. And just like he said about the market crash, which all you guys should be researching, because real estate agents are saying that there is going to be a market crash in the future. So that should be more enough reason for you to jump on cryptocurrency and do your research and quote me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, man, I mean, IOTA, crypto.